Fáilte, welcome to this very auspicious occasion, the Celtic Festival of Summer Solstice.
Fáilte ar cóide go dtí an Searmanas seo, Searmanas Aum agus féile Greenstad an Saura, fiche. Welcome everybody to our contribution of a traditional Irish Celtic shamanic ceremony for summer solstice. Is Mr. Sean de Cantwell. My name is John Cantwell, husband of Karen and co-director of Chroí, the Irish for Pathway of the Heart, the name of our school and training and organisation dedicated to the indigenous, nature-based mysticism, healing and spirituality of this island.
And we're very honoured and privileged to offer a very simple ritual for you to do in the comfort of your home or your garden over this very special time. It is called a Burlá Ghuí, and that means it is a prayer bundle. Burlá Ghuí are the Gaelic words, and we like as often as possible, being an Irish school of shamanism, to offer the cúpla focal when we can.
So you might have seen our Bealtaine ceremony on YouTube. If you did, you'll know that it's an interactive ceremony, that we co-create a ceremony with you, and this ceremony is exactly the same. You can, if you wish, consider yourself now to be taking part, participating in this summer solstice ceremony, but also our sharing with you may inspire you to make your own Burlá Ghuí, perhaps after you've watched the video.
But this is, as John said, interactive, so please do take the opportunity to put as many intentions and wishes for yourself, your family, your loved ones, your community, and for everyone here in the Northern Hemisphere as we celebrate summer solstice, and for all our brothers and sisters down the Southern Hemisphere currently celebrating their winter solstice.
And we celebrate summer solstice like we celebrate the other 7 seasonal festivals with full heart. And summer solstice, where the sun is highest in the sky, offering us maximum light. Sometimes in Ireland, maximum temperatures, but not always in June. However, this is a time when energies and biorhythms of nature really rise to a peak. So it really is a time for celebration. It's a time for giving everything. And our Burlá Ghuí, which you can see, we have the makings here behind us. Our Burlá Ghuí will be given to the earth. It's made of natural ingredients, and often a Burlá Ghuí is given back to the earth, buried in ceremony in the earth, which we will do after this broadcast on behalf of us and you. And sometimes a Burlá Ghuí can be placed on the water of a river and taken to the ocean. Sometimes it's placed on a fire. Our summer solstice Burlá Ghuí will be given to Mother Earth as a reciprocal appreciation and blessing, a thank you to Mother Earth for all of the bounty that we receive, for our nutrition, for making our shelters, and much more.
And you probably will recognize this if any of you have participated or seen the Eastern tradition of the mandala, or if you have seen the South American tradition of the wonderful
Mesa offerings.
The Mesa offerings, but also there is many indigenous traditions around the world who will have a version of this. And indeed, you might have seen it at some of our holy wells, the tying of clouties, as they're called, to the fairy trees to offer a blessing or intention. So this is an evolution of that type of work. Dispatchu is the word I was looking for.
Okay. So,
let us begin.
Take a deep breath and settle into how you wish to celebrate your and our global summer solstice. True, this summer solstice is occurring for all of us at a very poignant time in our response to the challenge of pandemic. And yet it's still a pure summer solstice. But it's a time for you to bring personal healing, your wishes, your needs, your visions, your dreams for your health, your loved ones, your plants, your animals, for our species, for the world, to bring all of those into our Burlá Ghuí. So please, as you watch our broadcast, be fully present. Turn up to participate just as much as us, for this is the joy of the Burlá Ghuí. They are co-creations. And wherever you are in the world, to know that your summer solstice Burlá Ghuí will be held in the earth of Ireland for all time.
As you can see, we have placed here some biodegradable paper, and we've particularly chosen a very bright summery colour. We have twine underneath it. You'll see for later on when we wrap it, and we've placed it on some Irish tweed, because this is going to be the wrapping that we'll take it to the place where it will be buried later on.
In Ireland, one of the traditional foundations for a Burlá Ghuí prayer bundle are oats from the harvest, and oats traditionally understood to be food for the good people, Nashi, the fairy folk, those we hold that live in the land, that keep us humans into alignment with the laws and divinity of Mother Nature. So let's begin with the oats. Making a simple circle of oats as a foundation for the Burlá Ghuí. Honey, the fruit of the bees. The bees we hold extremely dear, of course, in our tradition, and offering us the sweetness of life. So this summer solstice, we give honey to the oats as part of the foundation to really amplify and increase the sweetness of life.
And the shape your honey makes can be a spiral, which would be symbolic of the sun at its maximum peak, but it could also be in the shape of a heart, or whatever comes to you. You can be wildly creative with this.
And next, we're going to reach for green leaves from some local plants. And you can see the blossoms we've taken from some local plants that are blossoming now at midsummer. And we take our green leaves and we place them in threes. The triskel, the triple spiral, is deeply indigenous in the Irish tradition, and we work with our leaves as triskells in groups of threes. And myself and Karen are going to work with 6 groups of flowers in triskells in threes. And the reason for that is summer solstice is the 6th seasonal festival from the beginning of our indigenous new year, which begins at the Festival of Samhain in early November, which is our traditional beginning of winter, but also our ancestral new year. So since then, we are now meeting our 6th seasonal festival. There's been Samhain, then followed by winter solstice, followed by Imbolc, the beginning of spring, followed by spring equinox, followed by Bealtaine, early May, the beginning of summer, and now midsummer, summer solstice.
So we have an opportunity to blow our intentions into these triskells of leaves. And we suggest that some of the intentions might be personal. So when we think of the peak of sunlight, we think of shining our light in the world. What intention do you have for your own personal shining your light? And then we'll offer some for your family, then we'll widen it out to your community, we'll take it to the country you're from, and then we will offer to the whole world, to the planet Earth.
So beginning with the personal, that myself and Karen will blow with our breath into the first of the 3 leaves, our personal prayers. And then we'll bring the triskel to you and invite you to blow with your breath the pure energy of your personal prayer into the first triskel.
Well done. And this will be offered now to the Burlá Ghuí. And the next one is for your family, your loved ones. And these might be your family of origin, or these might be your family. For us, it would be the two of us in our family. It might be your children, your parents, you know. And now your turn. Wonderful.
And the third of the 6 Triskells, for your home, the physical structure of your home, but also the land that holds your home, the plants, the animals of your home. And this can be within the boundary of what you call your home, or it can be beyond, the place that you call home.
Wonderful. This next one now is for your community. And that might be the street you live in, all your neighbours. It could be a community, for us it might be the Chroí community. It might be include your football club, your tennis club, whatever. You'll know what community, if it's your men's shed, or you get the idea.
Thank you. The next Triskel, for the world. The next Triskel, for the world. Your world prayer. This can be directed towards Mother Earth, all her species, the health of the planet, the seas, the climate, and much, much more. There's no right, there's no wrong, but allow your heart now to extend outwards to the world. Thank you.
And this one, our final one, is for all that is, the galaxy. So we want this one to be for an acknowledgement of all that is. So we're extending it to the cosmos. Oh, that's a big one.
Thank you. And our Burlá Ghuí now becomes very colourful. Of course, in tune and alignment and celebration of the colours of midsummer. The first colour petal I'm going to reach for will be purple. And again, I will work with them in threes. Celebrating with you the colour of life and coming into colour, not being shy of colour, and allowing all of our internal colours to become visible in this time of maximum light in the world. For colour.
And this is fresh lavender from the front garden here of our clinic in Smithfield in the city. And it's wonderful to see the bees come to harvest the honey from the lavender. And the intention for this one is for our herbs, for the plants and the trees that nourish us, that give their medicines to us. So it's a gratitude as well as an awareness of their medicinal benefits. Thank you.
Thank you. The next colour petal from local flowers that we asked permission to take for the prayer bundle. Yellow petals, chosen for the colour of the sun itself, and offered to the Burlá Ghuí for the light that we are all made of. For many human beings can see the energy body, what's sometimes called the auric field, the spirit body, the LEM, the light electromagnetic field, many names for the same energy. And many human beings can see colours of the rainbow in the human energy field, particularly around what are known as the chakras. And this seeing of the rainbow colours is, of course, part of seeing what light itself is made of. So there is a part of our human nature that is of light. And it's said that the sun allows us to know our spirit light. So for our light, for your light, for the light of all humans to shine, to become more vibrant, are 3 yellow flower petals. For our light to become brighter and rise in maximum strength and luminosity as the sun is at summer solstice. Thank you.
And of course, we would have to have in our Burlá Ghuí prayer bundle a representation of the sun. So here are 3 very beautiful sun-like flowers, but there are 3 elements to this. What's known as our personal sun, our gal is the old Irish word, and it's our 8th chakra. And some of us might have come across this in the sense of a halo around a holy person, but that we have, all of us, above our 7th chakra, where our halos would be, or are, it's called the gal. So that's one. And then we have the actual sun in the sky. And then we have that sense of the celestial light of the sun, the divine light that comes through the sun. So here are these 3 representations. And this might be a gratitude or an acknowledgement or a celebration. Oh, beautiful.
Of course, all indigenous shamanic traditions have many rituals for giving gifts, food or prayers back to Mother Earth. Shortly at the beginning of autumn, our Festival of Lunasa, one of the great traditions in Ireland, as you will see, echoed in many other cultures around the world, is to give the first part of the new crop back to the earth, and it's buried often in the field where it's harvested. So this continues the cycle of abundance and fertility with Mother Earth. And the Burlá Ghuí, going back into the earth, comes in that same spirit, to give thanks, to give beauty back to Mother Earth, to give her bounty back to her, so that we take part in the great cycle of fertility and abundance.
Mm-hmm. So here are some little leaves, yellow leaves, and we're going to place these around the edge. And this is for a sense of protection, because whether For you, that's your guardian angel, one of the archangels, maybe a cloak of protection, some Reiki symbols, the whatever way that works for you, that sense of natural protection that we would call on, to give thanks and also to acknowledge the powers and the sacred benefits.
Thank you. And our Burlá Ghuí now will receive at the very end more honey to bring even more sweetness now to the accumulation of all of our intentions, our manifestations, our appreciations, our prayers, to bring even more sweetness to all that we've placed in our co-creation.
I like to think of the Burlá Ghuí taking up all this gorgeous sweetness.
And so, one of the traditions before the Burlá Ghuí is closed is that all who've taken part in the creation offer one more final gift of energy to the Burlá Ghuí with the palms of your hands facing the Burlá Ghuí. And join now the palms of our hands, placing your hands towards your screen, towards the Burlá Ghuí, and allow the energy of your heart to pass through your body, through and from the palms of your hands, blessing this co-creation of summer solstice. And I sense you may be able to feel and track and sense the very, very beautiful, sweet energy of our co-creation. Myself and Karen now will slowly bundle the bundle.
This is why the twine was placed underneath, as you can see. Makes it so much easier at this stage.
In Ireland, we hold dear the Days of Threes, where seasonal festivals can be celebrated for 3 days in succession. And June 20th in Ireland is the true summer solstice, but we will be celebrating on the 21st and the 22nd, making more Burlá Ghuís with friends, with children, with community.
It's a very beautiful tradition, and it's so simple. And I'm sure many of you have had the opportunity to place a wish on a tree. And as you know, we're all very environmentally aware, so we are conscious of putting a biodegradable wish on a tree. Sometimes it's a strand of your hair or a little twist of grass on the tree. Whereas in before, that might have been something that would have stayed permanently on the tree. So we're all becoming so environmentally aware, more so because our teenagers are leading the way.
And a final ritual with many Burlá Ghuí is that now you receive from our Burlá Ghuí, your Burlá Ghuí, you receive. And you'll see Karen place her hands on the Burlá Ghuí and bring it to her heart to receive. I'll follow, and then we will offer it to you. The energies of Burlá Ghuí can be extremely healing. one of the rituals that we have in our practice is that with some people who come to us with illnesses or severe problems in their life, real distress, real imbalances, that often the recovery process occurs from a Burlá Ghuí, where it's honoured the illness, what's honoured is the imbalance in the person, and the making of the Burlá Ghuí, and holding it then by the person brings the recovery.
It's very simple, and yet it's very powerful, because the contents of the Burlá Ghuí are natural, Mother Earth's bounty, but the symbolism, the intention that's put into it is very strong.
And myself and Karen now are going to hold the Burlá Ghuí and bring it to you for you to receive. Taking in now those energies into your heart. Inhaling with your breath these energies into your body, into every cell of your body, accepting and receiving. Allowing the energies of this prayer bundle to enter and balance your mind. Allowing this prayer bundle's energy to feed your soul, illuminate your spirit. Thank you. And so, in the Day of Threes, our Burlá Ghuí will be given in ceremony to Mother Earth.
And whatever you're doing, at the exact time, at 9:44 tomorrow evening here in Ireland, or wherever you are in the world, trust that you have 3 days to celebrate, to kick up your heels, to revel in the sunlight, to get out, walk in nature, and to honour the maximum time of light. There are those who spend the whole day, the longest day, getting up at dawn, going to bed at dusk, and really having a special time with family or friends, or indeed solo. This is your summer solstice. May it be brilliant.
As we say in Ireland, Greenstad, Hannah, Earth, a shining summer solstice to you. And may you be of the solstice. May you be in the solstice.